You are 23 years old and you just signed your first offer letter. $52,000 a year. You did the math in your head before the ink dried. That's $4,300 a month. More money than you've ever seen at once. You call your parents. They're proud. You post nothing but you feel it. You made it. 20 years from now, you'll be sitting in the same building on the same floor making twice that number. And you'll realize the trap closed so slowly you never heard it click. I've stood on every level of this. The hopeful first day. The decade where you stop counting years. The morning you look up and realize the door locked from the inside. Let me save you 10 years. This is your life inside the 20-year paycheck trap from the day you walk in to the day you can't walk out. Level 1. The Golden Handcuffs. Year 1. You start on a Monday. The badge feels official. The desk is yours. They show you the kitchen, the bathroom, the conference rooms with names you'll forget. You meet 12 people and remember 3 names. By lunch, you're answering emails like you've been here a year. Your first paycheck hits 2 weeks later. You see the number after taxes, and it's smaller than you thought, but it's still yours. You didn't trade hours at a register for it. You sat in a chair, answered questions, fixed problems. This is what a career feels like. Your friends are still bartending, still waiting tables, still talking about what they'll do when they figure it out. You figured it out. You're 23 with a salary, benefits, and a title that sounds real when you say it out loud. That's the rule at this level. The job isn't a trap yet. It's the win. No. Level 2. The first ceiling. Year 3. You've been here 3 years. You know the systems. You know which managers are reasonable and which ones aren't. You know the workarounds for the software that doesn't work and the meetings that don't matter. You're good at this now. Your salary is $58,000. They gave you raises 3% one year, 4% another. You didn't negotiate. You didn't know you could. You assumed good work equals good raises. You were wrong, but you don't know it yet. You watch as someone get promoted. Same team, same work. They started 2 months after you. You don't ask why. You assume it's timing. You assume your turn is coming. You keep your head down and do the work. This is the level where you stop thinking about leaving. Not because you love it, because it's stable. Because you have rent-a-car payment, a credit card you're paying off. Because walking away means starting over, and starting over sounds exhausting. That's the rule at this level. Comfort becomes the ceiling you stop looking past. Level 3. The Golden Cage. Year 7, you are 30 years old. You've been here 7 years. You're not entry level anymore, you're mid. You have a title with the word senior in it. You train the new people. You're the one who knows how things actually work. Your salary is $74,000. It happens slowly. 3% here, 4% there, a small bump when you switch teams. You're making good money now, not rich, but good, comfortable. Your parents are still proud. You have a 401k you contribute to, health insurance, dental. 2 weeks of vacation you never take all at once because there's always something happening. You have a manager who depends on you, a team that needs you, a role that would take 6 months to backfill if you left. You've thought about leaving. You've updated your resume twice. You've scrolled job boards at night. But every job you look at pays about the same, requires the same skills and sounds, exactly like what you're already doing. So you stay. Not because you want to, because switching feels lateral, not forward. That's the rule at this level. You're paid just enough to stay and not enough to feel free. Level 4, the mortgage year. 10. You buy a house or a condo. Something with a mortgage. You signed papers for 30 years and a number you'll be paying until you're 53. The monthly payment is $2,200. You can afford it. Barely, but you can. Your salary is $86,000 now. A decade of 3% raises and one promotion that came with a title and a small bump. You're doing fine. You're stable. You own property. You have equity. You're building something. But now you can't quit. Not really. You have a mortgage, a car payment. Bills that don't stop. You need this paycheck. Not want. Need. The job isn't optional anymore. It's the foundation everything else is built on. You think about starting over. Maybe freelancing. Maybe something else. But the mortgage is due on the 1st. The insurance renews in 3 months. The 401k match is free money you'd lose if you left. So you stay. You're 40 years old in 7 years and still here. That's the rule at this level. You bought stability with handcuffs you can't see. Level 5, the decade blur year 15. 15 years. You don't remember when it became 15. The years stopped feeling like years. They feel like quarters, like cycles, like the same project with different names. Your salary is $98,000. You're close to 6 figures. It sounds good when people ask. It feels empty when you see it. You're making twice what you made when you started, and somehow your account looks the same. The mortgage, the car, the insurance, the subscriptions you forgot you're paying for. The money comes in and goes out and you're still here. You train people who are 23. You remember being them, hungry, hopeful, excited about the badge and the desk and the paycheck. You don't tell them it's a trap. You show them the kitchen and the bathroom and the conference rooms. You answer their questions. You smile. At night, you think about what you'd do if you left. The list is long. The action is nowhere. Because leaving now means throwing away 15 years. 15 years of raises of seniority, of a title that took a decade to earn. You can't start over at 38. That's what you tell yourself. That's the rule at this level. The years you've given become the reason you can't leave. Level 6. The promotion that doesn't save you. Year 18. They promote you. You're a manager now. You have direct reports. You have budget authority. You have meetings about meetings. Your salary jumps to $116,000. It's the biggest raise you've ever gotten. You feel nothing. You thought this was the goal, the promotion, the title, the 6-figure salary. You thought reaching it would feel different. It doesn't. You're doing more work for more money, but the money disappears just as fast. The house, the kids, if you have them. The life you built that requires this paycheck to stay standing. You manage people now. You sit in their reviews and tell them they're doing great and here's your 3% raise. You see yourself in their faces. The hope. The belief that good work equals good outcomes. You don't tell them the truth. You can't. You're the manager now. You're supposed to believe it too. You're 41. You've been here 18 years. You have 3 more years until you're fully vested in the pension. 4 more until your youngest is out of high school. You're counting now, not years to retirement. Years until you're allowed to think about it. That's the rule at this level. The promotion doesn't free you. It just makes leaving more expensive. Level 7. The trap closes year 20. 20 years. You're 43 years old. You have spent half your adult life in this building. You know every hallway, every conference room, every person who's been here more than 5 years. You've watched people come and go. Hopeful 23-year-olds who stayed 2 years and left. You used to judge them. Now you envy them. Your salary is $124,000. It's more than you ever thought you'd make. It's not enough to quit, not with the mortgage, not with the retirement account that's finally big enough to matter. Not with the health insurance you can't lose, not with the life you built that depends on this check hitting every 2 weeks. You think about leaving every Sunday night, every Monday morning, every performance review where they tell you you're exceeding expectations and here's your 2.7% raise. You think about it. You never do it. Because the trap isn't the job. The trap is the 20 years you gave it. The seniority you can't take with you. The salary you can't match somewhere else without starting over. The benefits. The familiarity. The knowledge that leaving means admitting you stayed too long. You're not unhappy. You're not happy. You're somewhere in between, comfortable, numb, alive but not living. You've become the person you didn't think you'd be. The lifer. The one who stayed. The cautionary tale the 23-year-olds don't see yet. That's the rule at this level. The trap isn't the job. It's the decades you traded for safety. You are 23 years old. You just signed the offer letter. $52,000. You feel like you made it. And maybe you did. But here's what nobody tells you. The golden handcuffs don't snap shut. They tighten 1% at a time. One raise, one promotion, 1 year where you tell yourself you'll leave next year. And then it's 20 years later. I'm not saying don't take the job. I'm saying know what you're trading. Your 20s for stability. Your 30s for safety. Your 40s for the idea that you're too deep to start over. Every paycheck is a trade. Make sure you know what you're buying. The people who escape the trap don't do it at year 20. They do it at year 3. At year 7. Before the mortgage. Before the title. Before the salary makes leaving feel impossible. You're not behind, you're early. The question isn't whether you'll stay 20 years. It's whether you'll let the first year turn into the second without deciding if you actually want to be here. You're closer to the exit than you think. Now, go stand in it. That's the 20-year trap. Now you've seen every level. The choice was always yours.